tiny shoebox apartment in a city of almost 3 million people, I moved to pretty much the exact opposite in a small town that I needed to fly on a tiny little airplane to get to work at the only clinic in this town. And if you think you've seen this film before, it's because this is the plot to every single big city girl moves to a small town TV show ever. Except this is my real life and the first video to this new chapter in my life, I guess. So welcome to a realistic week of what I read as a small town trope girl. Of course, the story begins with me packing away my life and escaping Toronto all on my own. Just a girl who does not train upper body at all and regrets it. I took a subway to the train station, a train to the airport, and fun fact, I'm so scared of being late that I actually went like 5 hours early. Good morning, everyone. It's 11 a.m. and finally the duty-free section at the airport, which is paradise. My flight is at like almost 3. I came here so early because first of all, I love waiting because I have my book. Second of all, I've never traveled on my own before, so I definitely was a bit nervous. I have travel anxiety, but there's literally no one at this gate because this flight is like so small. I'm literally going to the middle of nowhere. I am literally living the small town trope in real life. I live in Toronto, big city in Ontario, because I go to school there, and for the summer, 2 whole months, I am literally flying off to the middle of nowhere. Like genuinely, small town, working there. I'm gonna be alone. I'm so excited to get out of the city. You guys know that I got so many small town romance books because I'm trying to live my best life. I want to start this book, a novel love story. Wait, actually, no. I know what book I wanted to start. This is a book that I wanted to read because I'm pretty sure this takes place in like a small town. And look at him, he's tatted. I don't really know what the deal is. I think she owns like a flower shop or something. You guys have any small town book romances? Please tell me, or just any books that take place in a small town. I'm literally trying to milk this for all I can. There's only like 20 seats on this flight, or like 20 rows on this flight. I'm like, who is this random Asian girl? I swear to God that I'm probably the only Asian person up there. So time to become a small town celebrity once again. This is really only the third time I've ever taken a flight before, and it was not even a long flight. The town is just a bit inaccessible. Honestly, I was excited for some uninterrupted reading time, and I started Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, which is one that other people have recommended to me, but I actually couldn't really get into it, so I ended up changing. It was definitely Sunshine Girl Who Owns a Flower Shop and then Tatted Bodyguard trope, but I ended up changing to A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston, which is definitely more my speed because it had a lot of other things going on besides just the romance. Oh, and I don't know how it happened, but I actually ended up having the whole row to myself, and I took a cab to my housing, which I've never taken a taxi before by myself, and the school actually gives us housing, so I don't need to pay for anything, which is amazing. And then it was just a matter of getting settled in. I'm literally sweating from having to carry all this stuff around. It's so sunny in here, but oh my God, I finally made it. I still need to unpack, but I will show you guys the room tour. This is the room. I literally switched the bedding from another room because I hated the bedding that was originally here. I have this bright window. I look so crusty. This is it, my little home for the next 2 months. Already connected to the Wi-Fi. So I think I'm just gonna put on either Heart of Dixie or Virgin River because those are 2 TV shows about a city person moving into the countryside. Not really countryside, but small town, I guess. The travel was definitely not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, and I can definitely do it again to go back home at the end of the summer because people were very nice to me. Shout out to the man who helped me get my luggage into the TTC down the subway. I was struggling so hard. This man who was literally eating a sandwich went and helped me. Also, the man who helped me put my carry-on in like the cupboard over the seats in the airplane because that always stresses me out because I literally can't do it. Like I can't lift that up and shove it in. And he also took it down for me, which was so nice. And then also the taxi driver who brought me here. Shout out to you too. Low-key gave me his number. I don't think I'm gonna call it. I unpacked everything. Literally all of my stuff fits into here. Like these are all my tops, pants, lounge stuff slash like running shorts, socks, underwear, bras, and then sweaters. Canada Day today. Hopefully the grocery stores are still open, but I think I'm gonna try to go to the grocery store. I think it's like a 15-minute walk, but low-key a lot of the roads around here are like country roads that don't have sidewalks. It's Canada Day. It turns out grocery store, it was closed. So I literally went to a convenience store and I just bought tortilla chips and salsa, and this is gonna be my dinner and or my breakfast tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow I'm gonna have to go grocery shopping actually, so I just need to last until then. It's also Tim's near here, so I also have that. I took a body shower. Okay, wherever Lewis is where my PJs are. It's 6 p.m. I must have a roommate here actually, another student, but no one's here, so maybe she's coming later. But until then, I'm gonna continue watching Heart of Dixie. Maybe next 2 months I will be able to finish this show because when in a small town, also literally everyone here speaks French except for me. Par la fin de l'été, je serai fluent en français. I have always wanted to learn French literally my entire life. I took it from grade 4 to grade 12 in just like public school, but that's not the same as like being able to actually be fluent in it. Like lessons and like all the apps, that stuff can be a bit overwhelming. So personally, I think watching TV is probably the best way to learn a language. A lot of how I already knew Korean, but that's a lot of how I was able to like get better at Korean. That's why discovering this Lingo Pie, I'll show it on screen. It's literally the best thing ever. It lets you learn language languages through watching TV, so it doesn't really feel like work. The show that I'm watching right now is called Lupin. It's a mystery like thriller show. It's originally in French and it's on Netflix, so that's perfect. You can link to Netflix. I was so shocked, but you can literally like see the subtitles in English and French, and you can like click on it or put your cursor over it and it will translate it in real time for you, and you can save all your new words to like a vocabulary list, and you can like test yourself and quiz yourself, and everything's all at your own pace too. So especially if you're a student, clinical student, whatever, it's perfect for you. So if you're interested in Lingopie, you can have a free trial of it. You can click the link in my description. Let's become polyglots. I also want to get some stuff prepped. My placement starts tomorrow. Also, I switched books. I started reading A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston, which this author wrote The 7-Year Slip. Even if I didn't love that book as a whole, I was like, there's something here with this author. I tried to read Practice Makes Perfect, but it was giving not a slow burn, and I literally got that book because of this bad boy, good girl trope, and I wanted that trope so bad because I'm literally obsessed with Rio from Good Girls, and I was like, man of little words, broody, tatted, and he is that. Until he meets our main character, and then suddenly he's talkative, flirty, outgoing, and I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for. So instead I switched, and I'm actually liking this one a lot. I really love A Novel Love Story way more because I'm picturing Hugh Dancy and the other girl from Confessions of a Shopaholic. What is her name? Isla Fisher. I'm literally picturing Hugh Dancy and Isla Fisher from that movie as the main characters in this because it's about a woman who's kind of like down on her luck and then gets lost and ends up in a small town that is literally straight out of her favorite book series. Also, this chair is weird. It's like so low and like tilted and I can't change it, so I feel like a toddler. Literally like stars hollow. And then there's a man in this town too named Anderson. Kind of like a little bit crabby. They kind of like get off on the wrong foot. I like that this feels like it's gonna be more slow burn. Definitely because it tackles things outside of just the romance. Like, I'm just eating it up. I actually would love to see this adapted into a movie. I feel like that would be so fun. Also, now I want to watch Confessions of a Shopaholic. It's my placement notebook. Cute, right? I'm going to get some stuff ready in here. Oh my god, guys, I was napping, but my roommate came. It's 9 p.m. Why is it 9 p.m? It's still so light out? That's actually insane. The sun is literally just beginning to set. It's 9 p.m. Good morning. It's my first day of placement. Let me show you the outfit. I need to pack my bag. I think this is the biggest room I've ever had in my life, actually. I've never had a room this big before. I went to the grocery store right when it opened at 7 a.m. and I'm no longer starving and afraid. However, grocery prices are insane, so I need to figure that out. Because there's so little healthcare professionals in rural areas in general, I've already seen so many cases that my classmates have never seen, and so many of the clinicians here fly out to different places all the time too. Back home, finished the first day. It's 4. I was so nervous, but honestly, it was really fun. I'm at a private clinic. I would love to have my own clinic someday. That would be such a dream. But I'm gonna log my hours now, and then I need to change my PJs. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. My first assessment, not a full assessment, just part of an assessment today. I was so nervous, and I feel like I did a bad job, but I was gonna do my hyperfixation meal, but it's actually just the only meal I can make right now. I've been literally eating tuna salad this entire time because I have no groceries here. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. Yesterday, I went to the summer camp that this clinic runs, and then I was in the office in the afternoon. I finished A Novel Love Story. I feel like Ashley Poston does such a good job of like adding in these like magical parts into her story, but they serve as a metaphor that the main character is like going through. I kind of guessed what the plot twist was, but I still really liked it, and it's like really emotional. The idea that you want to like freeze time during a time when you're happy instead of like moving on, kind of like what the metaphor was. I will say though, the romance was like cute. They kind of got together at the halfway mark. Not really, but like I loved the guy in it, Anderson. But I feel like a lot of books do this where like one of the characters is super fleshed out and very interesting, which is Anderson, but unfortunately the girl not interesting. So I started this book in the car today, A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. I literally just started it. Without spoiling too much, it is about a boy from an abusive household and his former foster brother. It's Friday, last work day. So after this, my first week placement is done. I really don't want to get a gym membership here just for like the 2 months. So I'm trying to be creative. This morning I went on a run to, there's like a baseball diamond close to me and they have bleachers. I literally woke up at 5 a.m. today. So I did a little workout on there. Almost done my book. I kind of want to finish it. I think that I could finish it right now. A List of Cages. I started reading it on my phone because I was downstairs and lazy. On page 250, 84% of the way through. I want to finish it. I actually think this is like such a quick read. It's really sad though, like be forewarned. Low-key, I feel like this is like The Little Life if it was like YA. Julian is like Jude from A Little Life. He's like 14. His parents died. Terrible home life. And then we have Adam, who is 18, so he's 4 years older, senior in high school. The two of them were like foster brothers for a hot minute, but they kind of reunite in this book. I want to finish that. Let me show you my outfit today. Our office is like business casual, and then jeans are also okay if they don't have any rips in them. So normally I've been wearing like the trouser pants and the whatevers. Today I'm doing jeans. this cardigan. I have my this lanyard is so cute. Our school gave it to us. I also bring this tote bag that my sister got me from a bookstore, the most beautiful bookstore in Portugal, apparently. I bring my laptop. This is my placement notebook. I write down all my notes on here. Honestly, I say this to every single person that I meet, but even though it is fun and an experience to be in your early 20s in the big city, on your grind or whatever, going to school, working, meeting people, all I actually want in life is a quiet, peaceful life that is a bit repetitive, and sunshine is shining through the windows, see the sunset, and there's no light pollution, and I can see all the clouds, and there's green space and parks and kids. That is truly, truly all I want, and I'm taking this summer to live my suburban fantasy where my school will literally pay for me to live here. That's my first week of school, not school, placement. Honestly, I thought that I'll be more tired every single day. I don't know if it's because I am slacking or just like I may not have much to do or something. I'm like way less tired in placement than I was at school. I finished the book, List of Cages. I gave it a 4 stars. Honestly, it gets like really dark, very, very dark and scary, which I was not expecting. So maybe look into that if you want to read it. It's not about like romance, it's about like friendship and like brothership, but I kind of just want to watch more of Heart of Dixie. I want to wash my face so bad. I actually walked back from the clinic home today, and honestly, it's like not that bad a walk. I actually really liked it. So I think that I kind of want to just start walking, especially in the morning, because it's like really nice and cool in the morning. It just gets like so blaringly hot in the afternoon. Like the sun is actually blaring on your face. It's like so high in the sky, like right smack dab in the center, as if it's the afternoon. It's definitely cooler here, in my opinion, temperature wise, than it is in the city with all the disgusting pollution. It's just that the sun is so bright. Like I actually think that that's the only thing. It is so bright. In the shade, it's all chill. There's like really no tall buildings here to like give you any shade either. Like everything is so sparse, you know what I mean? So there's not that much shade. Also, I noticed here that the roads, like even here, like in the suburbs, for some reason, there's never like sidewalks on both sides of the road. There's only a sidewalk on one side of the road. I was like, oh, on a run. And I was like having to switch sides of roads all the time because there's only ever one sidewalk. So that's actually where I ended the vlog without a proper outro. So this is how many pages I was able to read this week while I was settling in, but there's way more where this came from. Subscribe to manifest me meeting my husband here.